what are some of the biggest mistakes, John? You've been doing it a long time that you see guys making when they go to hunt public land that we can easily fix? What are some of these big mistakes from your perspective?
I'm gonna fall back on the TV guys a little bit. There's so many guys on public land that are novice hunters, and I'm sure you would agree with that. I'd say at least 20 to 30% of most public land hunters are relatively green. Okay, so what do they typically do? They watch YouTube videos or they watch TV shows, and that's where they get a good percentage of their hunting methods from. So when you watch TV shows, you see mature bucks coming out into short crop fields or walking through open timber with no understory security cover. So, when I scout public lands, no matter where I'm at, you'll see most of the tree stands, most of the prep hunting locations for other hunters is in pretty much open areas where mature bucks, if you're after mature bucks, they just don't move on pressured properties. They don't move in open areas during daylight hours. You may see rubs and scrapes in there, but if it's played by a mature buck, it's in the security of darkness. So they tend to follow what TV guys do. They rattle in the same manner. If they do rattle, but too aggressively, they just make a lot of mistakes. Scent control to me is a monster mistake. Most people do. And to me, when you're hunting public land, you should be extremely security cover oriented. I can't stress the word security cover enough, because if you're not hunting in an area where there's adequate transition security cover to the location you're physically hunting at, and perimeter security cover around the area you're hunting at, the kill zone, your odds of killing a mature buck in a pressured area on public land are real close to zero. Mature bucks that are at least 3.5 years old, they've been through 2 seasons of gun season, and usually bow hunting pressure is doubled during gun season. And those guys during gun season, as you well know, they're more apt to shoot any legal antlered buck. They're not as selective as bow hunters are. So there's just a lot of things against public land hunting, and a lot of it is the methodology and the way a majority, in my opinion, even though I say it's 20 to 30%, I think over 50%. Because usually when I'm scouting, well over half of the stands I see are in open areas where I would walk right through. I wouldn't even think of putting a stand there if I'm after a mature buck. If you just want to kill a deer, yeah. But if you want to kill a mature buck, you've got to be security cover oriented. I usually in Michigan, I'm crossing rivers with waders or creeks, or crossing a lake with a canoe. And like you mentioned earlier, those access areas now, because of Onyx and aerial photos and stuff, are open to everybody. They can find that. They don't have to work to find it anymore. It's right there in front of them.
Right.